The biggest problem with AI today isn't its intelligence, it's coordination between systems. Because the models are powerful, but the way they're connected isn't. Before we begin, make sure to like, follow, and share for more AI-related content. So a big problem we face when running LLMs through APIs in their own code along with function calling is that it becomes very expensive because in normal function calling syntax, every time you run a query, it sends the entire function calling along into the LLM, which increases tokens, which increases cost. So if you're blindly executing the code multiple times, it's going to end up becoming a lot of money. The second problem is unsafe API access. And what that means is basically if everything is in one place, which is your main code, your client, which is your LLM, then if it gets hacked or one wrong prompt could mess up your entire code, which isn't safe for your API because API keys cost money every time you execute. This is why Anthropic, the company that created Claude, created MCP servers. Model Context Protocols, or MCPs, is a program that provides large language models and AI agents with a standardized way to access external tools and services. Basically, an MCP server is a menu that you hand to an LLM that includes all the tools and services that LLM has access to. It's like having a specialized handbook of functions. MCP servers, for the past year, have been the most important layer when it comes to creating enterprise-level AI systems. And here are just some of the advantages. For number one, we have build once and connect many. Basically, whether you use an open-sourced MCP provided by MCP providers, or you create your own MCP server, all you have to do is build it once properly, and you can connect it to any LLM. It also has dynamic discovery, which means that it allows the LLM to decide and ask the menu, or the MCP server, which tools are available and which ones it should use for that task. So instead of hard coding the LLM or prompting it to use a specific tool, it goes into the MCP server and directly finds the one it needs. It's also safer if created properly because MCP servers can also get hacked. But if you follow the proper protocol, run it properly, then the chances of it getting hacked are reduced and it ends up becoming a safer environment for your API keys and your functions and for your LLM to access. MCP servers also reduce hallucinations for the LLM because it allows the LLM to leave its shell or bubble of things that it was trained on and gives it access to the internet so it can get more up-to-date relevant information. If the models that we use every day, such as ChatGPT, Gemini Cloud, DeepSeek, didn't have access to the internet, then they'd give you extremely outdated information because it would give you the information based off of the context and the things it was trained on, which is years and years of old data. And last but not least, decoupling. And what that basically means is you shouldn't put all your eggs in one basket. When you have an MCP server, it forces you to have different information or your API keys in a separate area. So even if your main LLM code gets hacked, it won't compromise the API keys in the server. And if your server gets compromised, then it won't affect the main app that's running your LLM. MCP servers are what give LLMs the power that they have nowadays because it doesn't matter how intelligent a model is. If it doesn't have the capabilities or access to functions to do real things, real tasks, then it's just a machine that gives you outdated information.